Hello, my name is Louise. Thank you for joining us today for our webinar. Today we're going to discuss base plan features. So the aim of this webinar is to help you get started with Loomly. My name is Louise and I will be your host today. For today's agenda, we would like to show you how to do the following. 1. Create content through Loomly using our post builders, calendar view, post IDs, and library feature. 2. Customize your calendar to choose the best option, set up your scheduling slot and approval workflow. 3. Engage and reply to your audience with our interaction management tool. 4. Finally, measure your success with analytic. So we're going to get started. Let me just switch off my camera that we can focus on Loomly. First, let's start off with content creation, where all your IDs and posts can be organized and created. So Loomly was built on a calendar basis. A calendar would be dedicated to a brand, client, project, or location. We also offer the all calendars view if you have more than one calendars, which gives you an overview of all of your calendars at a glance inside one single consolidated super calendar. You'll see our dashboard displaying an overview of your account once you logged in. You can access all of your calendars and see a post overview within those widgets. Widget there. So we offer two different views of your created content. Let me start with list view actually. So the list view shows you relevant information for your post in a spreadsheet-like format. It allows you to browse, filter, sort posts, assign, approve, comment, edit, duplicate posts, and apply bulk action to update post state, assign, or delete multiple posts within the month. Let me show you that real quick. So this is where you will go to filter. Here you can comment, edit, duplicate, delete, assign to the best person in your team. Bulk will be just here. You can select your action here. Although here you can navigate through the different months, and if you click here, you have quick navigate that you can directly select the right month and not scrolling for hours. And now let's move on to calendar view. The calendar view is the other view in Loomly for your calendar's content. You can access this view from your calendar toolbar. So I did click here. This view provides a strategic overview that you can easily plan your post. A great way to add an ID for a post will be to use our quick post features in the calendar view. Let's do that right now together. Okay. Now that's usually like just a title that can be used for a specific event or to use as a reminder. For example, I want to have a meeting with my team. I'm not ready to create a post from it yet, but what I can do is create a quick post like I just did. That would be like a placeholder reminder, and later on I can add content, fine tune it to turn it into a post. I will just need to do that to actually open Post Builder. So in calendar view, you can also quick navigate post. So same as what we've already discussed. You can filter posts, same as on list view. You can drag and drop for posts that haven't been published yet. So I don't know, just this one too, as an example. And finally, you can update from a monthly to a 4 view, whatever you prefer, just here. There is one little thing that I want to show you is group and ungroup. So let's go to February. So here, as you can see, I have fine-tuned my scheduling. I have different days for actually Facebook and LinkedIn. If I click here, now I can actually see the day the post will go out. Okay, so now for fun tip, before moving to post IDs, you can select Add Day for View, list of calendars for each calendar in calendar setting, and you can set a day for view, list a calendar for all calendars in setting. Just right there, calendar setting. and I can choose to open with calendar or list view. Okay. Then now let's have a look at post IDs. So it might be a bit overwhelming, going from a blank calendar to a fully fledged social media calendar, but don't worry, we got your back. You can create posts immediately within Loomly or use one of our key features for inspiration, Post ID. And you can access the Post ID view from the Post ID icon, which is a little light bulb from your calendar toolbar. So we display holidays and events based on the day of the year. You can also add your own custom post ID for your own events, launches, or campaigns that could be recurring or not. Now, this is how you can create a custom post ID. See here in red, that's one that I've done. So let's create another one together. So we hover the cursor over the date that we would like to create a post ID. Click Add Post ID. You can select an end date, but only if it's a recurring post ID. You can select a non-recurring or weekly, monthly, yearly, and you can add a title. So let's just do that here. Up. Here we are. So we can add, although, a URL and a description. That's completely optional. And see, I've clicked Add Custom Post IDs, and now we see it here displayed in red. So you'll be able to view Loomly Post ID from the dashboard, Post Builder, or directly from our Post ID calendar. You can also create a post directly from the Post ID calendar, selecting the ID you would like to use, like so. Once you have a clear editorial plan, it's time to turn your IDs into posts. In Loomly, Post Builder was designed as a wizard, assisting you along the entire post creation process. And you will find Post Builder here, that the green new post button that you can access from your dashboard or your calendar's toolbar. Let's do that. Let me show you the post ID here. So you will never run out of inspiration thanks to post ID, such as Twitter trend, RSS feed, Loomly inspiration, Loomly ID, and custom post ID. See, that's my custom post ID. And you can hide it if you want to. Okay, so on the first panel, we can set post details. We can choose a generic date and time that will apply to all selected channels. You can either select from preset slots based off a predetermined schedule created in your calendar setting, or you can click here for quick access, or you can pick a custom date and time. So I can click here and just select a different time if I want to. Okay. If you would like your post to go out at a different date and time for each particular channel, you can always customize this per channel in the next step. By default, the generic date and time selected is where you will see your post display on the calendar and list views. However, if you fine-tune the dates and time per channel and you want to see when each post will go out at their individual scheduled time, you can always ungroup your post in calendar view. I don't know if you remember, is what I showed you. That was the post for February. Now we can add a subject, let's call it webinar, that you can easily see the topic of the post in your calendar and list view. We can add labels. So I could click here to manage label. I'm going to select webinar. So this is like an internal tag to categorize and help you manage your post in Loomly. You can use tag to identify at a glance which campaign or category the post belongs to. For example, you can create labels for specific campaigns like seasonal sales or maybe product launches, as well as type of posts such as blog post or sponsor post. Let's have a look at that. Okay, then now we're going to select the connected social media that where we like to post. I'm just going to take a few examples. As you can see here, we have a little sign. That means that I haven't connected a snapshot yet. Okay, here we're going to add our base copy, and that will apply to all the channel. And later on, we can fine tune it at the next step. This is a webinar. Okay, so now let's upload a media. So I could do that from my desktop, the Loomly library, Unsplash Giphy. I could use a URL. We also have an integration with Google Drive, and I can then reorder my media by dragging and dropping. Let's do that right now. I'm going to use a pic from my library, actually, this one. Okay. One cool feature that I can show you is Loomly Studio. It's an image editor available directly within Loomly. If you just click here, I'll show you quickly how it looks like. So from there, you can add textures, decorate a bit. You can crop it to make sure that your image will be the right size for your social media channel. All right. So now that we have selected our image, let's move on to the next set of features available for you. Since you can only connect one social media account of each platform to a calendar, so for example, if you have 2 Facebook pages, you will need actually 2 calendars. So we've made it easy for you to clone your post to multiple calendars for quickly sharing similar content, I don't know, like business hours, for example, across multiple calendars. So you just click here and you select all or only the relevant calendars. We have here a hashtag managers to find and add trending hashtags, suggested hashtag, or create even your own hashtag collection that you can reuse. So that's based on the copy of my post, what's trending at the moment. Here you could create a new collection of hashtag, edit the one you have. I will use my webinar hashtag collection. Add it to the copy. Here they are. Let me click here. So you could also generate URL with a UTM parameters to track the performance of your content through tool like Google Analytics. Okay, so last but not least, I want to show you our Loomly URL shortener. Okay, see that? So you can shorten your URL with our URL shortener. So any links in your post are converted into a visually appealing link that does not require any extra character. As an added bonus, our URL shortener, loom.ly, gives you access to essential link metrics, including clicks, sources, and location to measure your success in advanced analytics. Once you have added your base content, you may want to optimize it for each channel, including modifying for any technical consideration, community best practice, and audience expectation in order to maximize post performance. Let's click here. So you can preview your post live, so you know exactly how they will look like when they are published on each channel. For your fine-tune option, you can customize date and time. Say, your, I don't know, LinkedIn post have a higher reach on a particular day or time that is completely different from Facebook. You can modify the setting for LinkedIn only. We do that here, I don't know, February 29th. Though remember that on your calendar, you will need to select on-group post to see your post at the exact posting time if you've decided to fine-tune those settings. You can modify the copy. For example, on Instagram, you can schedule a first comment, which is a great way to add more hashtag. You can add a location. You can even do a collaboration. We could change the media file. I mean, here we have an image extracted from the URL. I don't want to use it. I would click here to use my chosen image. So when it comes to fine-tuning media file, remember that you can always use Loomly Studio to, remember, just here, for image resizing, cropping, adding text and filter, but you can also include alt text or add and select a video cover image, depending on the platform. So if I click here, see, I can do alt text. And if I had a video, I would be able to add a cover, depending on the platform. For Facebook and LinkedIn, we allow you to organically target your audience, restrict your post to specific audience, and even boost your post within Loomly. With post sponsoring, you can define your campaign parameters, budget, time frame, objective, and target audience for the boosted post. Finally, here, you will find your post optimization tips, providing you with insight and suggestion for how best to create a format and share your social media post that will drive the greatest audience reach and engagement on each channel. Once you're happy with the post you've created, you are able to save as a draft, submit for approval. If you're working, as part of a team or with client, you can schedule it for the specified future date and time, or you can select publish it now if you want your post to go out immediately on all the selected channels. Okay, now let's have a look at library. Loomly helps you to store and organize your media in a central, intuitive library. And for this one, actually, the library icon is just there on the toolbar. You will find the little book. I think I'm going to show you the one of Loomly. It should be a bit more organized. So you can organize and label your calendar's visual asset to easily sort, locate, and repurpose them for future campaign. If you click just here, that gives you an idea of what you can filter. You can add photo, videos, create a slideshow, and more. Very exciting, we now have a two-way integration with Canva, so you can quickly import any visual you have in the Loomly library to edit and optimize, and then you could export the polished design to schedule to post on any social media channel with even more platform-specific enhancement. Canva gives you access to a whole host of editing tools, including AI or magic, as Canva likes to say, as well as template, images, text, and so much more, meaning every post you share through Loomly will look that much better. If you don't have a visual designer or a photographer on hand, then you can also access millions of royalty-free images using Loomly Unsplash integration. You will find it here, and then edit them in the asset view with Loomly Studio. You could also use Note when you come across a website, for example, that you find useful, or when someone in your team mentions an ID during a meeting, or as you jot down the ID of what content you would like for your audience. Last but not least, you can create post template without committing to a scheduled date and reuse them whenever you need. Just here. This is great when you have an idea for a post, but you don't know yet exactly when you want to publish it. This can also be super handy when you need a boilerplate for recurring posts that you want to publish regularly with minor tweaks like store hours or sales details. Now that we've covered all the ways that you can create content, let's move into how you can customize your calendar. Let me go back to mine for that. So you will need to go to the Option tab of calendar setting, just here. And from there, you are able to set the calendar type zone. And as we discussed already, you can select by default which view you want to land on when you go to your calendar. You can set the default order of your post to ascending or descending, though the latter lets you display posts in reverse chronological order. They'll use the most recent post first. You can design whenever you would like to use our Loomly URL shortener. Remember, shorten links save space in your post for the content. That really matters to your audience. If you don't want to use it, you can just select it here. In the Social Accounts tab, you can connect social media accounts or see which accounts are connected to the calendar. Please note that we also allow you to view, connect, refresh, and disconnect any social account from all your calendars from the Social Account Manager tab in Account Settings. The account setting is just there. Okay, let's have a look at collaborators. The Collaborators tab allows you to invite a collaborators to your calendar, enter the email, choose a role, then the invite. So now let's go to slot. So here you can also create a new scheduling slot from the slots tab in each of your calendar setting page. So you can just create a new one. You select the day, the hours, and here we have a new scheduling slot. Workflow. In the workflows tab, you will see that we offer you 3 approval workflow for the post on the calendar level. So when you start, you have the original workflow, but for base plan, we would recommend you to select either light or zero workflow. Light workflow is to automatically schedule approved post, and that's ideal if one collaborator is in charge of the approval process. Zero workflow is ideal if only one user is creating the content, as it has only 4 post states without any approval steps. Last but not least, the post ID tab for your calendar setting, just there. This will allow you to configure your Twitter trend by location, to connect up to 3 RSS feed, and add your own custom post IDs like we've mentioned earlier. Now that we reviewed how to take advantage of our content creation features, let's review how to engage and reply to your audience efficiently with Loomly. Let me go to interaction, the calendars toolbar. This is interaction. So you can use our interaction management tool to reply to direct messages, comments, and mentions through your connected social media account. At the moment, this feature is available for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So you can reply to, like, hide, unhide, and delete comments. You can assign status for interaction as read, unread, and closed for individual interaction or on a group level. You can assign an interaction to someone in your team. You can check who in your team has been answering something. You can filter here. You can apply, create, edit, and delete save replies for interaction to save you time when engaging with fans and followers, and that would be just here. Finally, I wanted to show you Loomly Analytics that allows you to measure in real time your performances once they have been published. You can then identify at a glance which topics and content types your audience is most interested in and loop this information back into your planning process. Analytics can be accessed right here in your calendars toolbar. We show analytics data for all your posts, not only the posts published via Loomly. Let me show you the data for Loomly calendar, which will have a bit more stuff. So here are some of the information we offer for our advanced analytics. So we have here our Loom.ly, click on source and location. We have post metric, including reach, impression, engagement, rate. You will find it here. Last but not least, you'll be able to access post metric in post view. So let me open an example for you. Randomly, I'm opening this one. And if I go here, I have basic metrics such as like and comments, or I can see better which posts are performing the best. Okay, well, that was for today's webinar. Thank you so much for joining us. We will suggest you to have a look at our FAQ if you have any question. If you're not finding the answer, please contact us on our chat. You can also write at contact@loomly.com if you need anything else. Thank you again for joining us and have a great day. Bye.